What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S, part of Den Media Group, presented by MFTK Foundation.com. MFTK Foundation.com's go-to website for all things with the book bag drive, a whole bunch of other just announcements in general that we got to make. Before we go heavy into the book bag, we'll go heavy into the book bag drive right now. We are 40K short of the goal. So we got to raise 40,000. Any of you guys with big bread, big companies that need somebody to donate to, holla at your boy. All for it. But yeah, so just anybody who wants to, yeah. So again, $36. Start off the school year right for kids. Got a nice book bag. We're trying to put 9 weeks of school supplies in those book bags. We have the food drives, which will get you about a week's worth of groceries, and another free football camp, because that's what we all about when it comes down time to this. Everything that we do is for the Jits, man. It's for the Jits. Trying to make sure that we help other people's kids get great so that your kids don't fuck up my kids. That is really what it's all about. So we have 4. We're still trying to get everything squared away with Tampa and Orlando. The book bag drive, we'll just go with the one that we know. Go for what we know. Tallahassee, Florida, where it all started and kicked off at. We will be doing my birthday, July 26th, at Bond Elementary School. And then on Sunday, the 27th, we'll be doing the football camp at FAMU DRS. Stay tuned for where you could go register to volunteer or get a bag, whatever it is that you want. But again, $36 per bag, whatever you want to kind of contribute to it. We all for that. Jacksonville, you can go ahead and click the next one. It'll be at Long Branch Elementary School, aka out east. We're definitely doing the book bag drive, still trying to work on the food part, and then we'll be doing the football camp, tentatively scheduled at Edward Waters University. We may have to change locations. We don't really know, but what we do know is that we will have a book bag drive and a football camp on the weekend after we get done. So it may even have to be at Mandarin University as well. But we will keep everybody posted on those details. But right now we need donations. That is what we need. And you could go to MFT. If we can pull up the website, you can go to MFTKFoundation.com, or you can Cash App MFTK36. That we can get to that. Shout out to my to one of the followers on Twitter, at Evil Twin. But she calls herself Corgi Mom. I think she donated 2 book bags, $72 yesterday. Shout out to Amari Harvey, his mom, Diamond. Diamond gave us, what did Diamond give us? Diamond gave us a book bag yesterday. I'm gonna give people shout outs as they give them to us. We had another one. Andrew gave us $36 too for 1 book bag. Appreciate you, Andrew. See, a lot of people would be like, "Oh, I don't got enough money to give," but man, $36, man, that's a whole bag right there. So I'm gonna take that. Oh shit, that's some senior bullshit that I just missed on. Oh man, fuck this shit. I don't know why people be sending me stuff. Yeah, we got that. We also we've been selling tickets to the tailgate. The tailgate of all tailgates. Oh my bad, you got it up there. You already put it up there, Jaden. The website. Yeah, so like if you go click that donate today, that would definitely help out tremendously. Still selling tickets to the Dope Boys reunion. I'm gonna go click on my managed tickets. Oh no, that's they're over here treating me like I ain't the person behind it. But um the ticket tailor's doing this thing. Oh, my bad. Wait a minute. Let me look at it. I'm over here getting yelled at. Let's see who else gave me some bread. I got more women giving me bread. We need the fellas to step up. That's the main thing. Okay, Sherry Dean. I am. Oh yeah, my bad. Thank you, Miss Diana, for giving us the $36 for supporting a little colored kid getting a book bag. Much obliged. Oh, shout out to Andre Winfield too a couple weeks ago, giving some book bag money as well. Basically, the rest of my cash app is spent donating to my fake running back son. But nah, cool. All right. What we got? Oh, my bad. Let's start off this show, the same way we start off every show, with a word of prayer.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Nobody wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God. Go.
All right, what we got, JD?
Welcome to the evening edition of Big Games B.S, where we bring the good, the bad, and all the BS in the sports world to your screens, especially in that football world. Today, you have joined us on our evening edition of Big Games BS, Wednesday, June 25th. So let's get into it. We already talked about our MFTK segment of today. That's what James was mentioning, the book bag drive and everything associated with the brand. Next, we are transitioning to FSU in the NCAA. We have a legacy commit to talk about and some basketball news as well, while we're going to discuss the 2026 class. Then we have EA College Football 26 dropping their hardest places to play in the video game. Then we have some more players to touch on in that college space. Next, we're going to start our NFL segment with an NIL or a former NIL, Anquan Boldin, in a video that's been circulating the internet. Talk about some players before we get into our Big Games BS segment. We have a wide array of things from lawsuits to basketball to food. So we're going to start out with this news, guys. So if you guys did not know, we have flipped the 4-star defensive back Lawrence J. Timmons from Indiana. So he is a legacy son of the former FSU linebacker Lawrence Timmons, and he will now be coming to his dad's school, his dad's alma mater. James, we got this 4-star DB flip right here. How excited are you to see these legacies keep rolling in, man?
I love it. I saw one of my guy Dev put up there. Listen, man. Legacies, we're gonna have a shirt. Legacies are layups. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. I understand recruiting is hard. Recruiting is very difficult. But you know what? I was sitting on my porch, and I'm gonna get into this in a second, Jaden. So forgive me for this. I was sitting on my porch talking to a highly influential recruit's father, like for this class of 2028. Y'all can deduce who the fuck that is if you pay attention to the show enough. And he says, you know what, James? I don't understand. The scholarships aren't committable until after your junior year anyway. So with that being said, if you know that there is a guy on your team and this could help their recruiting, why aren't you the first one to offer the kid? Like, what harm is it to offer the kid, but to tell the dad that, hey, we know you were a dog. We know that this might help aid in their recruitment. We know they might not come here, But we want to show you that we're serious and we're going to keep watching him and keep tracking, right? So, perfect example. I'm going to talk about nephew, AJ, right? AJ Cromartie. Maybe AJ was 5'2" as a freshman in high school. I remember praying because he was so, you see him, they want it so bad, they worked so hard. Like I seen all the clips. He had every mannerism of his dad down pat, except for he got his mom's height. But then when he grew, but you know what it would have done? Hey man, we know you work. If nothing else, you work. And they couldn't see that it's 105 Scotties now. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, Jay Timmons, or let's say AJ ain't that good. It's 105 fucking scholarships. It ain't 105 kids on your roster better than him. And if somebody offers him more than let him go, God bless. But let's have our foot in the game. Let's stop waiting till the kids get on campus. Everybody, it ain't like he didn't have no Power 4 offers. It's not like he's not a 4-star. It's not like these things didn't add up. Now, Devin Carter's recruitment was a little bit different. Devin had committed already and decommitted. But, like, it should be some things where, like, if we can't offer the money, and I'm not saying we can or can't, but if we can't offer the money, boy, the experience of being a legacy should feel so good that your money ain't. It's almost like, you know, people say your money not good here. That's how it should feel to be a legacy recruit. We got cats coming up. It was some of my teammates was fertile, and some of them are on the way. So, anyways, you know, that's my quick rant right there. But Jay Timmons, very athletic, long, fits the mold of today. Today's DB, can run. Trains with Corn Dog, who's a former Nole. Trains with 2 former Noles, if I remember correctly. But would y'all, those in the comments, you know, I've been talking to them. Y'all interested in a little legacy interview? If you're interested, you can comment on Twitter if you want to. But I talked to the Jits excited. Are y'all interested in maybe let's get, because I'm afraid, because, you know, last time I had a couple kids come on the show, you know, look, I don't want no smoke if we go 2-10, the kids start decommitting. But, like, would y'all y'all have questions for Jay Timmons and some of these other guys? I'm going to try to I need to get Dexter on Dope Boys, but I would love to get Dexter and his son on there. But if y'all are interested, let me know in the comments. And we may try to do a little something that the others can't do because they can't relate. You know, there's no knock on them. You know, they'll write an article off of it. We've seen that happen before. But yeah, man. But I'm excited for it. Hey, are we ranked high? Are we still ranked in low more? Jaden, or are we like top 10 at this point?
Funny that you mentioned that, because with our current wave of commits, we are now the number 9 2026 class in the country, and we have those list of commits right there on the right side as well. So yes, we have cracked the top 10, James.
Wow. Shit was all bad just a week ago. Everybody was telling me like it is probably people still mad, and we still got more coming. Like, just vibe, man. Don't let little boys ruin your summer right now. Like, you know, I'm hoping all these guys most of these guys, at least the 4-stars, commit to it. Right now, Jaden O'Neal and Devin are connected at the Rivals 4-star thing. I mean, for Rivals Challenge, so, you know, that's a good thing. And OT7 starts tomorrow, I think, or Friday. No, Friday. Friday's when OT7 really gets to cranking. They're doing a lot of other bullshit down there now, though.
Next, transition from FSU football, we have some basketball news. So we have signed Igor Rizov, a 20-year-old 6'11" center who averaged 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists in Russia's 2nd division this year. So this overseas prospect caught Luke Laux' eye, and he wanted to hop down on the 6'11 center who seems like he's versatile. So huge shout out to FSU basketball, and I can't wait for Laux' first season as the head coach. Now we're going to talk about some EA College Football 2026. Now there's a list that came out of the toughest places to play in the game, and let's see where the Seminoles ranked on this list. So you can see right here, the Seminoles ranked number 14. So who were ahead of him? Let's see. The LSU Tigers, they are ranked number 1. And then you have Penn State, Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, Florida taking that number 7 spot, Oklahoma, Oregon, and Michigan State rounding out that top 10. So, James, based on this list right here, could you make an argument that we could be above, let's just say, Oklahoma, Oregon for sure? I'm not going to say Michigan, but what are some other schools you would move around?
I'm bumping Oklahoma and Kyle Field down. I'm going in front of Neyland too. Like, and Ben Hill Griffin is only tough when they're good, and they haven't been good in quite a while. So, like, I mean, is it historically? Maybe. But Doak is one of the toughest players. Like, if you ask, one of the cool things about going to the NFL, we may do this next year, Jaden, when we do the combine, right? It's everybody says, they'll all tell you, oh my God, I hated that song. Oh, they wouldn't shut up. And what people are failing to realize right now is that I think Doak will be at 70, maybe 75. I think that's the newer capacity. You technically didn't lose those seats. Those seats are still there. They're just suites. Technically there is no capacity in the Champions Club because everybody can stand up and there's an outdoor deck. It's kind of like the if you go to the Jags games and they had the Bud Zone. There's basically the top portion of the Champions Club is the Bud Zone at Jags Stadium. The way they've actually constructed it makes it better because now it's becoming more straight up and down. So pull up that list, make that list big again, Jaden. So, because I want people to understand how Doak Campbell, that should be, man, I got to get so many good shows. Like, maybe we should do like a history of Florida State show, like just some of the iconic monuments and the different things, like talking about how Doak Campbell Stadium was built. They used to call it the erector set. So imagine your traditional high school stadium, right? And it's just with the old school bleachers. And it went out like that. So the noise never stayed in. It flowed out. And what they did was they just built around the erector set and never did anything to insulate the noise. So I don't know about what LSU Stadium is like, but I will say this. We'll go down to Memorial Stadium. And Memorial Stadium and Ben Hill Griffin, 2 stadiums that I've played at. The way that they're built is the stadium is straight up and down. Matter of fact, Clemson actually has a concrete block or something before you get to the nosebleeds, where I think the noise bounces off of that and comes back down. I saw noise in 2003 when we played there at night. I was shook. Doak Campbell has sat more than all of these, and it's loud, but because of the way it goes, it still is nowhere near as loud as it can be. In particular, when you look at where is it? I know it's bullshit that they don't have Carter Finley Stadium, right? Doesn't see anywhere near as many people as Doak, just as loud, crazy loud. I played at Notre Dame. I don't know if Notre Dame is loud. We beat the shit out of them, so I can't vouch for that. I think they sleeping on some other stadiums though. Louisville Stadium should be up there as well too. So, but I don't like FSU being. I think we're a top 10. top 10 stadium, but that's also a bias on the a show bias as well.
I definitely agree with you that FSU should be in that top 10 because, like you said, a lot of alumni talk about them having a lot of difficulty playing in the Doak Campbell Stadium. Now, we're going to get into two players specifically as we cap off our college segment for today, with the first being BYU's newest commit, Ryder Lyons. He is a 5-star quarterback, and he chose to commit to BYU over Oregon. He's the number 1 player in Cali, the number 4 QB, and the number 13 overall recruit in the class of 2026. But here's the kicker. He won't play until 2027 because he's going on a 1-year mission trip after he arrives on campus. He is BYU's first 5-star commitment since 2003 and is the highest rated recruit they've landed in the ranking era. But James, he is embarking on that 1-year mission, so he will not be able to play this season. And with BYU, it's a school tradition to go on this retreat and everything, to go on this mission trip. But I just wanted to share it with you because I was very shocked about how surprised about how happy he was to go on that trip.
Where are you going on a mission trip though?
Yeah, he didn't say where, but he just said he's going on a trip. I'm not too sure where he's going though.
I got a friend that's on a mission trip in Cartagena right now. Like, I don't know if anybody's getting saved or if they just, I mean, so he's going on an 18. So he's got to go. So this is crazy. So BYU football has a unique culture where serving a full-time mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is well established and celebrated part of many players' journeys. Okay, so it's not what you don't have to do it. They have on their one of the year 2023, they had 65 players that served on mission trips. 2024, 55. So the 2024 team had 55 players who had completed mission trips in 32 countries with 49 speaking a non-English language. This is to help them grow in maturity, faith, and leadership. They don't do any conditioning or strength training. So many of the players lose fitness and strength and have to readjust. It's not a publicity stunt, it's part of their culture. It kind of messes up the jokes. You know who's not taking the mission trip? The black kid for the basketball team. He's there for football. But to soak in a different country with some different, that's got to be that's got to be like that had to be a selling point, like to be able to just they like the I don't know, what do they call the Mormon? Is it Mormon pastor or something like that? Like just beaming with pride. Wait till you soak in the Dominican. It's nothing like soaking inside some Dominican. It's nothing like sipping a nice horchata with a whore while you're soaking.
Okay, that's what. All right.
Oh man, like BYU with a 5-star quarterback that they can't get until a year later is just like, okay. This is like getting the greatest Christmas gift of all time and saying you can't open it until next Christmas though. Like, get out of here. This kid's gonna be ass by the time he comes back, man. This isn't just like what like BYU. This is why BYU is not good. I don't know what to tell you. Jim McMahon is one of my favorite quarterbacks. BYU guy drinking beers after winning championships and doing Playboy photo shoots while he was at BYU. This is why men are leaving the church. Masculinity is being squished out of us at every point. To the height of his career. Wait a minute, they gotta drink coffee or tea? Are y'all sure about this?
Commend the young man. Good job. I couldn't do it.
Nah, not gonna be able to do it. Man, boy, I'm just trying to think as a father how upset I would be.
Oh my God!
If Trey comes in and says,
imagine punishing your son.
Dad, I
want to
go to
right thing.
Dad, I'm going to BYU. They got me going on a mission trip to Panama. I smite you. like, get out of here.
Go move in with Auntie Les.
Go on now, get nerd.
Oh my God. Damn, on your pastors and church folk.
Oh, man, them motherfuckers fuck like everybody else, man. Like, I love them to death, man, but they're not traditional at all. They're just anointed. It's like the only reason I know Tyler Perry ain't making some of that shit up in his plays is because I lived it.
Oh.
We just don't got no 6'4" gay man dressing like a woman, dressing like a grandmother walking around. Whatever they say Diddy did, he did. Tyler Perry did, and I don't think go after him with the same fervor. But nah, that's they can't drink soda. Nah, that takes my boys all the way out of it. Killer ain't going nowhere where he can't get a sip of soda, man. Even though I have seen some things where I want to start making my own soda, it looks refreshing as hell and easy to make.
See my shit you on. Make your own soda.
Nah, like it actually looks better. Like it really does look better. Like and it takes like the amount of time that it would take me to get in the car to go drive to the corner store to go get one. I could have made one, and that's the problem. And that's the real thing behind it.
Yeah, I get that.
But I'm still trying to figure out. I can't rock with no faith where they make a lot of faiths, but Mormons definitely make. I'm an abomination or a sin or some shit like that. Just because Ham did some wild shit back in the day. But anyways, though, shout out to the Soka, the BYU Sokas and Super Sokas and their 5-star commit. What does that bring their class up to, I wonder?
Speaking of 5-star, this player has a legendary 5-star last name that Phil Steele, a well-renowned sports journalist and columnist, got incorrectly in his 2025 college football preview magazine, and that's none other than the one, the only Noah Knigga. So Eastern Michigan linebacker Noah Knigga's name was spelled incorrectly in Phil Steele's 2025 college football preview magazine, and you can see it highlighted right here.
Ain't no way. So it just gets better.
I mean, and that's crazy because that's a hell of a typo miss. Because Phil Steele is one of the few magazines that still gets printed up. Like, shit.
Saying we were pronouncing it wrong.
It's Knigga. They got the proper pronoun. They actually have it, but like at the same time, man, we all know a nigga that's gonna fuck up some shit, and Phil Steele apparently does too. Like Phil Steele's probably like, I know this nigga didn't just do that. Like at the one name we know we gotta look out for in the FBS. There is no other names. Noah, a real one though. Noah, a real one. Did you get the video that I sent you?
Of them at practice?
Them pronouncing it? Yeah, like the first day of workouts?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, just so everybody knows how to properly, I feel like we do need to do it. One, anybody can get me a nigga. I mean, Knigga. Like, what do I need to do, Noah? What do I need to do to get a Knigga on my show? It don't even have to be Noah. It could be the dad. It could be the mama. I want to know what the mama's mindset for when she married a real Knigga. Like, what does it feel like to be with one? But all right, because RG3 is just I don't even like RG3 is so weird. Like, it ain't even cool no more. Like, he doesn't need to get the cool interviews no more.
He can't take this from us.
Yeah, like it's like it's too much. Like it's like he don't want to ask the real Knigga questions. But all right, let's listen to this. Is a hype first day. I want one of these jerseys. I want one of these shirts too. I don't like the way he said that. He was way too excited.
Yeah, that was a little much.
He had way too much. That was from the diaphragm. Like, yeah,
whoa.
Yeah, workout. So he finally got to school. The Eastern Illinois, I believe. And we gotta get that. We gotta get that as a sound. That's gotta be an audio. We gotta get that as an audio.
One of the black players could have said it.
They definitely could have. You know, there's a black strength and conditioning coach. They could have given it to him.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if I mess with One Piece.
Absolutely.
No, my sons do. I don't really. It's about pirates. One Piece, the show that's been on for like 55 years.
Yes.
It's like the oldest anime ever or some shit like that. Like, it's impossible to like binge watch and catch up on all of it.
Start your journey.
Like, you'll be like 75 years old if you start right now.
But it's Miles. I love One Piece.
Man.
It was Eastern Michigan, James, not Illinois. Just
okay. Can we do that video one more time? Like, can we do that and then find me? Actually, while we're looking for this, find Chris Brown Freaky Friday. Like, because that's how I feel. This is what this man was thinking right now. Let's just hear Dave Chappelle. What made Dave Chappelle so great is that his show, the things that he brought up on his show, are still relevant to this day. We still talk about making the band. We talk about Puffy being weird. We talk about Rick James. But when he said, is the N-word really as bad as we make it seem? And what if we gave it to somebody and it was just using everyday vernacular? What if there was a white family named the Kniggas? And this is what you get with that. This feels like joy. Now, Miles, if you got it, go ahead and fast forward it just to when Chris Brown was just. I get it. The problem with white people, I think if y'all, this is education. I'm not telling. This is a hypothesis, if you will. If we knew you were talking to everybody when you use the word, it would feel bad. But Freaky Friday made me know why you want to say it. This is it right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the part. That's just one of my favorite parts. Like, I'm just like, Little Dicky is hilarious, but just the way he was so happy. And then I was saying it with him as a guy who has the freedom. Sometimes we forget how cool some of the shit we like, shit we do is. It's a painful word. It's rooted in pain. But when you say it like this, and you see how smooth it is, it's different. I'm just saying, like, if you don't ever use it and you just say it, like, the other epitaphs don't really have the same. I have zero desire to say the Jewish one, especially in this climate right now, what the hell's going on right now. But that don't even sound fun.
Yeah, no.
You can't go YK.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel good.
Sharp end.
Yeah, like YC is only fun because white people make it seem like cracker is the worst thing that they could be called, when cracker is really just a term for broke ass Southerner and Southern living. It's like cracker. It's cracker cooking, cracker cookbooks and stuff. Like but I won't call people that because they say it offends them. I'm cool with not saying that. But like that one, that just looked like joy.
Yeah.
But you know what it reminded me of the SNL skit where where those two guys write for each other, and they say the most diabolical. They make them say the most diabolical shit. Oh, like he'll write something, and like the white guy has to say it, and he's like, "Man, they're gonna kill me for this." And he does, and they return the favor.
I do know what you were talking about. Yeah, with the news report one.
Yeah, but all right, my bad, Jaden. Speaking of ONs.
Yep, just like that. Speaking of some old heads, we have an NIL to discuss. A former no in the league, now out of the league, Anquan Boldin. He was recently on Udonis Haslam and Mike Miller's podcast, and he told a dope story about his time at Florida State. The podcast is called The OGs. So take a listen to this clip and let us know what you think in the chat.
A lot of people don't know, when I was at Florida State, especially my freshman year, offense and defense didn't get along. Monday through Friday, it was all out war.
Iron sharpens iron.
Only time we got along was on Saturday. So we actually made each other better. It was Mickey Andrews and Chuck Amato on the defensive side.
Defensive coordinator, Mickey.
And then we had Mark Rick, who was the offensive coordinator. We used to be in practice. A lot of the times, like in football, the offense would get a defense the script. So you will know like what formations we in, what personnel we in, so they can get it set. And I remember in practice one day, defense yelled across. They were like, "What's the personnel?" And Mark Rick was like, "Figure it out." So like if any day in practice, if offense had a great day, defense had to run. And I ain't talking about just like, they had to get it, like almost died there. And if defense won, offense already knew what was coming. So like every day, you can't go to practice and like, I'm going to fill it out or I'm going to be cool with, you know what I'm saying, whoever. Nah, like it's complete war. Like, you trying to win it. And that's why that, especially my freshman year, we ended up going undefeated, number one the whole year.
So nasty.
But because of the way that guys work, and training camp, it's a fight every day. If ever there was a time on film, so say one receiver gets in a fight, and you can't see every receiver on there fighting,
good for you.
You got to run.
That was the culture that I got adopted into. One, I think Anquan Boldin is the most most unintentionally disrespected nose of all time. And here's what I mean by that. When I say who's one of the greatest nose wide receivers, he's not a guy that gets mentioned. But when I tell you Anquan Boldin is the best player that I've ever played with, there isn't a question. That motherfucker was nasty. Like, Anquan Boldin, you know how everybody talks about DBs jamming wide receivers? Anquan jammed DBs. I seen him take Antrell Roll, sat his ass down on the benches. I've seen all kinds of like Anquan was just that guy, and that might be the most I've seen Anquan talk. But Anquan was so fucking fly. Like, Anquan had the Gucci print stuff. Anquan had like all of the fly shit before like anybody else had it. Like, he was like, Anquan was like, I was like, yo, if I gotta be like anybody, I want to be like Anquan. Anquan nice like that. Yeah, Anquan, like, shoot, like Anquan, man, I wish I could tell this story. I can't, but I just know Anquan was one of the reasons why I learned to not hang out with a certain player because I ain't want no. Hold on, real quick. Hey, man, we over here talking about QB, dog. Describe Anquan Boldin. Like, he was that dude.
He is probably the most competitive person I ever met in my life. If you know him, he believes he could do anything. Like, he literally told me he could beat, I think Jordan turned 50, he would beat Jordan 101 on his 50th birthday. And I looked in his face, I said, oh, this bitch believed it. And that's all I remember. Like, he believed it. That's it.
Yeah. Nah, I just saw, he going viral talking about how practices were.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I was sitting there listening to him. I was like, yep.
He the most competitive person I ever met. Like, I remember our interview in high school. They said, have you ever beat him in anything? I was like video games and like probably some accuracy stuff, like darts. That's it. Like nothing. Like he don't lose at nothing. Like throwing rocks, jumping over nothing. And he believed that too. So it's like, that's him.
I told him Anquan the best athlete I've ever played with.
He the best I ever seen. He the best I ever seen. And I was like, wow. Like, for real. Like, he the best I ever seen. Do anything. And I was like, this guy here. You know, person. Yeah, he different.
Definitely that. But sure.
I knew that interview was gonna be crazy though. All the interview, he just tell the truth. But most people don't be like knowing that he crazy.
Hey man, can we get him on Dope Boy? What I gotta do? I gotta go down there. What I gotta do to get QB? What I gotta do?
You don't gotta do that. I had sent OJ the information. He said, I said, man, everybody always call me and ask me how to get in contact with you. And I know it ain't no direct contact. What do I do to tell people? And he gave me the information, told me who to send it to, everything else, and he gonna make it happen.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go yell at Juice then.
So now I'll forward it to you what he sent to me.
Okay, forward it to you. You coming to the Bama tailgate?
Of course.
All right. We trying to, Dub, me and Dub doing this one together. So
Okay. Oh, this should be right. I saw y'all advertising already.
Yeah, man. It took me a little bit, but I got it going. We trying to have this bigger than Orlando. So
I think we can, and I think we're gonna win. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But I'm gonna holler at you though, bro.
All right, bro.
All right, yep. Yeah, that was Anquan's best friend growing up. So that's my homeboy. But Anquan in the Sugar Bowl my freshman year barely took any snaps at quarterback, and they just threw his ass in there, and that bitch had a game. That boy was out there dialing it up. Like it's just the man don't lose. Like he's really, really good. The only thing that kind of messed it up a little bit was, and it wasn't even so much that my guy TG was back home and TG from New Orleans, and he from McDonough, and he was home and he was talking that shit, and sometimes that game slip away from you. But man, it was fun. But like all that stuff that he was talking about, the violence in practice and like winning and whipping ass and having the condition, yeah, all that shit was true. Like them cats was different, man. But yeah, even Dub talking about it is like Dub actually, I wish I would have met Dub at a different time. I mean, I knew him when I was in high school, but I didn't know him like that. But like him talking about why it was important for him to teach guys like Anquan to be good is because he knew, like, once we get this lead, I got to get out of here, and I don't want to go back in the game. So if you don't know what the fuck to do, you're going to make my rest fucked up. And I always thought that was an interesting way to look at life. But again, Anquan, Pete, them guys, man, the wide receivers they had it was crazy how good that squad was.
Now we're going to take a deep dive into a story that I was saddened to read. So let's get into it, James. So George Pickens, who was recently traded from the Steelers to the Cowboys, bailed on his sold-out youth camp at Highmark Stadium in Pittsburgh. But last minute, Pat Freiermuth stepped up. And this wasn't Freiermuth's camp or job, but he showed up anyway. And this are some statements regarding that. So, George Pickens Youth Football Camp update. Dear families, thank you for your patience in regards to the George Pickens Youth Football Camp scheduled for June 28th at Highmark Stadium. That is this weekend on Saturday. As many of you guys know, George Pickens was traded to the Cowboys on May 7th. Immediately following the trade, our team contacted George representation to confirm whether he would still honor his commitment to the Pittsburgh event. We were promptly assured that George remained committed to the camp and intended to show up for the families who had registered. Based on that confirmation, we communicated this directly to you via email and text on May 9th. Fortunately, as of last week, True Edge was notified by George's team that he has decided to walk back on his word and is no, let me do this, no longer interested in attending the camp. Let us be very clear. We are deeply frustrated by this decision and the position it has placed on all of us. Our team at True Edge is fully prepared to host the camp this Saturday because we were led to believe George will follow through on his commitment. His sudden decision to back out not only reflects a disappointing lack of accountability, but also shows a disregard for the families and children who are excited to meet him. We are incredibly disappointed by his actions, and his actions do not express the goals or motives at True Edge Sports. That said, we are determined for this event to be a wonderful experience for you all. As soon as we were informed of George's decision, our team went to preserve this event. We're pleased to share that Steelers tight end Pat Freiermuth has officially committed to stepping in as a guest for this camp. Additionally, we are actively in talks with multiple other Steelers and fully intend to build out an exciting lineup that delivers value to every family. As new players are confirmed, we will notify you immediately. James, as someone who hosts football camps, how much of a, lack of a better words, disgrace is this, if this is true, that he did walk out on his own camp?
Man, let me before I judge him, and I'm going to judge him, but I just want to see something real quick. Camps. Somebody put free t-shirt. All right, let's see here. They host a lot of them. All right, George Pickens Youth Football Camp, right? Okay, they sold out of them. I'm just trying to see some here. First off, fuck True Edge Sports. All right. And I mean that with full fervor, right? And here's why. Just say you doing a camp, right? Miss me with all the other extracurriculars that come with this. General admission for these camps are $165. It should not cost $165 for my son to go participate in a camp that's going to have over 100 kids in it. That's false. You're not getting great and you're not getting like that. You can go get small group. That's a month of small group training 2 times a week for an hour. Like, this is why I don't like it. A 15 to listen, I'm going to just read this to people before I go in on George. And this is for the running back Bucky Irving for the Bucks. Athletes will be grouped by age to maintain a 15-to-1 camper to coach ratio, ensuring personalized instruction and meaningful interactions with Bucky. This camp is designed for all skill levels, helping and participate. Attire. All participants should wear athletic clothing, including a t-shirt, shorts, and sneakers. All campers will receive an exclusive free t-shirt. I want to emphasize free t-shirt for thank you. Thank you. How kind of you for $165 for you to consider giving me a free fucking t-shirt. Professional one-on-one photo with Bucky Irving, additional camp pictures and a highlight video, available to purchase additional add-ons at checkout. I wonder what these other additional add-ons are going to be. Let's see here. Boom. If I want to register trade, 1 ticket, continue. Oh, okay. This is what you can get. For $53 extra, I could get 1 autographed 8x10 photo by Bucky Irving. Or, you know what? The whole fam want to take pictures. The whole fam wants cheddar biscuits. So for a mere $185.66 for each family, you know, it says a family experience. Make it a Memorial Day for the whole family. Elevate your camp experience with professional family photo and exclusive meet and greet with Bucky Irving. Be sure to grab your spot before it's too late. Just don't say it's for the kids, because it's not for the kids. It's for money, which is okay. Just don't lie. Just say this is purely a money grab. Your kid stinks. Your kid has no chance. Let me get some of that bread. And the crazy part is Bucky don't need it. So I don't really feel sorry for True Edge, and fuck your frustration, because you fucking people out of their bread over the dream that if I have this chance interaction with this NFL star, it's going to spur the moment. Like, nah, man. I'm not sending my kids to no fucking paid camps like that. I'll pay for instruction for my kid. Like, again, that's literal what you should be doing with that kind of bread. This should be your time to give back to the kids who weren't like you, man. Now, as far as George, we already knew what the fuck he was about, man. We knew he's a crash out, and he wasn't going to do that shit. But, like, if you're going to put your name on the dog, stand by it. And then you say you're going regardless. Like, you should have, if you knew that this was a chance that you didn't want to be in this funky ass city, then just bounce. Like, just tell them, nah, I'm not doing this shit. And to put, like, you know who you should have went? Well, my bad, he ain't there no more. You should, yeah, you know what? Should have went and got I'm a Real American, like Trump homeboy Mason. Let him go out there and throw the fucking ball on pigskin around. But nah, he's not going to do that shit for $10K. That's probably all these guys are getting paid. They ain't getting paid no real bread for this. But my thing is how much 10Ks do you need? Like, could this not have been the one? You have other sponsors that will cover the cost. There's no need to do this shit. It's why I was truly, truly hell-bent with Brittany when she did the Tally Legends camp. I'm not putting my name on no paid camp. I'm not putting my name on no paid camp. And I don't make nowhere near as much money as them cats make. But like if you just a regular 6-figure dude, I can see 10K, 10, 20K is a lot for one day of work. You know, multi-millionaire, bro. Come on, dog. Well, what are we doing? You're gonna blow that at the club. But I don't feel sympathy because it's a capitalistic grab. And capitalism doesn't work sometimes. But make as much money as you can.
Speaking of not working, James, it's funny that you mentioned that because wide receiver Deontay Johnson did not want to participate at work during one of the games this past season. So Deontay Johnson says he refused to enter a game in Baltimore last year because he felt 41 degrees was, quote, ice cold. Quote, I wasn't getting into no run plays, no passing plays or nothing. It was cold. End of the third, going into the fourth, they were like, Tay, we need you. I was like, nah, I don't think it's a good idea for me. Like, my legs are already ice cold, and I didn't want to go out there and put bad stuff on film. It's not like I didn't want to go into the game, but leading up to this point, I had been through so much. I told them I'm not finna go in, so I just sat on the bench. And then that's when they suspended me. James,
rightfully so. Good
I was just about to ask you, what are your thoughts on that?
Get your punk ass in the goddamn game, man. Like, what the hell? Like, I get like, this is what the hell is wrong with people? But that being said, F you money. If he was willing to deal with the consequences, which it sounds like he was, then cool. But like, bro, like, do you not know where you live? I mean, I know you don't really get a choice when you're drafted, but like, free agency, you might want to consider going to a warmer climate. And 41 degrees, while cold, is not that bad. That's playable. Now, around that bit like 20 or 10 with the windshield, like, nah, that's stupid. But even then, bro, you gotta. This is when women say men used to build houses and fight wars. This is what they mean.
I was surprised to hear him say that. The quotes right there associated with that, just because I couldn't believe it. But I do want to know what he meant by but leading up to this point, I had been through so much, so he didn't expound on that. But in the section of quotes right there, but yeah, it's just crazy to see an NFL player willingly set out like that to lead up to his suspension. Man, that is crazy.
That's
crazy.
Wild.
Speaking of wild, James, people have been ranking on Debo for his media day photo, saying he beefed up a little bit, but I don't know.
A little fluffy.
He did. He looked the same to me, to be honest.
No, it's not that picture right there. Isn't like they show like some training, some OTA pictures, and I was like, man, Debo looking like a power running back right now. But just it's a bunch of fat, out of shape people calling calling an elite athlete fat and out of shape. It's kind of like, all right, man. At a certain point, who are you? So, I mean, I get it, but they, he looks fine right there.
I think I found the OTA picture you were talking about, James.
Oh dear. AI is the devil. I'm with it now. I'm so for every the fat dudes, that's one of my favorite ones. Yeah. Like now they got the old people like pretending to have like interviews, like candid on porch interviews with old people, and it's just getting out of hand.
Oh, shout out AI. That was a hilarious picture. Needed that. So, James, I stumbled across this Fox NFL post right here, and it was similar to something we discussed in the past. They posted a similar infographic. I believe it was teams who have not had an MVP on their team. So, these are the teams without an offensive player of the year winner through the 2025 NFL season. So, you have Arizona, Cleveland, Houston, hometown Duval, Giants, Jets, Pittsburgh, and the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Wow.
Which teams out of the 8 right here would you expect to get an offensive player of the year winner first?
Tampa Bay, Houston, or Jacksonville. The other teams just ain't built like that.
Tampa, you picking Mike Evans?
Nah.
Over Baker?
Yeah, Baker.
Okay. Houston, you picking CJ?
Yeah.
And then what was the last team you said again?
The Jags.
Oh, the Jags. Got you. Yeah.
Sunshine, if it works.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona, Midget Mac ain't doing it. Cleveland, nope. Only person to get is nut ass freak bull. That ain't happening. Mr. Unlimited, Sierra's husband, nope. I want Justin to win. I think that would be fun to be good in New York. And Pittsburgh they're trying to get my guy fired, man. That's the only way to explain it.
Yep, they're trying to get Mike Tomlin out of there. And that would leave us to a great transition into our Big Games BS segment, where we talk about things in popular culture that's outside of the typical football world. So today we have some topics surrounding basketball, some trials, and a BS or bussin' informational segment, if you will. First things first, James. talking about the Freak Bowl in Cleveland. This is the Freak Bowl in New York. So Diddy may have secured a big legal win after prosecutors dropped the attempted kidnapping, arson, and certain sex trafficking charges against him. And this is via TMZ. A lot of people online were speculating that he might get a lighter sentence, if any, than before because of these charges being dropped right here. So, James, did you hear about him getting these charges dropped?
I heard about it. I saw academics posted. I saw TMZ posted, but also I saw them delete it. He guilty of something. He's just not guilty of the charges that they brought up against him. And that's where I've feel no sympathy. There were no victims in this. Like, all there are people who are getting their 15 minutes of fame. Like, most of the people who are empathize, like, one thing I've learned about women is that women want to personalize the pain of all women. Like, you want to put yourself into that story, and that ain't your story. Like, Cassie chose to get peed on. Cassie chose to let a lot of this stuff happen. Cassie got text messages and conversations where she's threatening people that if they don't cooperate and get into these freak offs, she's gonna whoop up on them. But all I'm seeing is paid people. Like, I'm not seeing a continuing, like, I'm not seeing a RICO here. Now, if you want to say he was domestic, like, charge him with that, he deserves to go to jail for that. He beat the shit out of Cat. We saw that on TV. We saw that live on wax, regardless of what the argument was.
Yeah.
But, like, all of this is trying to embarrass a guy for being a nut ass freak bull. Like, I don't really think there's no crimes for that. I mean, you're not supposed to pay for pussy, but technically you pay for dick.
I think they're crimes.
I'm sure there's something in there that they can, like, get, but it's kind of like, I think it's one of those, you got to catch them while they're in the act to, like, actually be able to prosecute somebody. Now that looks disturbing. Like, the it's not just Justin Bieber. His relationship with Usher when he was a boy was disturbing.
Yeah.
That's the parents' fault. It's just like with R. Kelly. Aaliyah's parents should be stoned. The person who sits in for, I don't care how.
Yeah, I know.
Michael Jackson is one of my favorite artists of all time. Like, I like what the comedians were saying. Like, the little boys they sent over there to hang out with him are too young to know Thriller. Like, they didn't know Smooth Criminal. They didn't know any of these things. And one of the kids was supposed to be a Make-A-Wish kid. The motherfucker got stronger every day. He's still alive. He lived longer than Mike did, and he's supposed to be dying. So I'm bringing all this back. The Puffy is just like, none of this is going to make me stop listening into No Way Out. I like the little, what was the original Godzilla movie? The little rock John he had. I kind of liked that. I kind of fucked with it.
I actually did like
Yeah,
that.
da-da-da. Like, but we know, like, even like, it was one corny ass song on the second album. It was like 1, 1, 1, 1. I just like it. I like the beginning. They say that dude Puffy swear he nice. He don't swear he nice. He knows he nice. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. Faith affirmations. But don't take the bread. Don't go to the house when you see, like, again, this is because I don't understand it. When you open a closet and you see like where you're supposed to see linens, you see a closet full of baby oil. Hey, weird shit about to go down. You got to know how to exit right now. Nobody, but what happens is this pay my bills society that y'all have listened to. This is what comes with it. You got to do, as I heard, and you know who's this makes me, if I knew she didn't gargle pee.
Jeez, James, man.
And I still like old Miami better than I like young Miami. But it makes me realize how messed up the path that young Miami took. Young Miami, a real one. She hasn't complained. She hasn't done anything. She knew to get $100,000 a month and her bills paid, you might have to take a dab of pee. And you know what? You never heard her complain one day. She was about it. Not, but Cassie went broke. She liked it when her bills were getting paid. Now, the other person who deserves to have to be able to steal off on the hoe is Curtis Jackson. Like 50 Cent should be able to legally slap his baby mama for her being a part of this. Because now I feel bad. I'm taking my kid. I don't care how good she is as a mom, but you don't get to be around my son because his friends are going to know that his mom is diabolical. But no, I personally think this is what's going to happen. These rumors aren't coming out of nowhere. They're being leaked because the prosecutor. Did you see how the defense didn't call any witnesses, Jada?
Yeah, I was watching a video today about somebody breaking it down, and yeah, I heard that Diddy did not have any witnesses, like you said.
They said the reason why the prosecution hasn't done their job to make us believe beyond a reasonable doubt. It's a lot of conflicting things. Now, the jury may still hit him with some other stuff, but like they've also asked for this to be dismissed. I think they're going to try to get him to take a plea deal. They're going to try to get him to just plead to something. But I don't think Diddy's going to see a day in jail. And if he does, they'll win on appeal. But I think this, and then eventually what's going to end up happening with the Tory Lanez shit is going to be a big blow, in my opinion, to women who actually really are in bad situations. Because we see the only way to defend yourself is one way, but like a lot of y'all be lying and just be jumping in on shit, and it's not cool.
Yeah, if I was 50, I wouldn't let my baby mama kiss my son, man. Don't know where your mouth been, my boy. Don't know where your mouth been.
Yeah, man. Like you are no longer allowed. Like, ma'am, I would just throw like not Listerine. What's the Dr. Doc Brown, whatever the strong ass gargle. Man, you got don't you put them things anywhere near my son.
Speaking of lawsuits, man, we have another one to discuss. We discussed it on last show, but there's been some more information added to it. So the lawyer behind Fat Joe's $20 million lawsuit arrested for allegedly running over a court process server with his car. So
that's what the lawyer looks like in the circle?
Yep, I got it right here. This is attorney Tyrone Blackburn in New York City. God.
His name is so ethnic.
So, an attorney representing rapper Fat Joe's former hype man was arrested Wednesday and accused of hitting a process server with his car in New York City. Attorney Tyrone Blackburn, 40 years old, was taken into custody Wednesday morning and booked on suspicion of assault, NYPD said. Blackburn did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The arrest is the latest in the back and forth between Fat Joe, whose real name is Joseph Antonio Cartagena, and his former hype man Terrence T.A. Dixon and Dixon's lawyer Blackburn. So according to Fat Joe's attorney Joe Tacopina, hope I'm saying that right, it all started on March 23rd when Dixon and Blackburn sent the rapper a written demand letter seeking money for being a ghostwriter and uncredited vocalist on some of Fat Joe's songs. This is when they released all of the like 4,000 sexual acts he made him participate in, what we talked about on the last show as well. So
I just don't. I get like if somebody put a gun to your head, but like I'm trying to figure out how does somebody just force you to fuck somebody. I mean, as a man, like, you know, like y'all can tell me in the comments, and I am and Jaden, you can feel free to judge me. I might be being critical here, but like, at a certain point, you got to say no, right? Or like, or take what comes with the money. Like this sounds like, again, this sounds an awful like an awful lot like regret. And regret is not a crime. Regret just means, oh my God, I participated in something terrible. You should shut the fuck up. Go talk to your shrink or your priest and then roll with it. But like all this other stuff, man, like I don't need to know this. You shouldn't make no money. You're not trying to rid the streets of Don Cartagena. Because apparently this man is a menace. Now, did you hear? Have you listened to him and Jadakiss's podcast, Jada?
Yeah, I watch a couple episodes.
Like the last one they showed me was just I do believe I believe it wouldn't shock me if he liked little boys, man. The way he's just one, first off, did I tell y'all the story? I met him before. And I was disappointed. Yeah, I met Fat Joe. Like he was fat. Like he's like there's not a muscle in his body. He's very soft. So like when I hear people who look like that and they talk about scrapping, it just really. But they were talking. I like a good hot dog, like anybody else, man. You're not gonna shame me from eating a glizzy, but he had to know how he was talking about it. And then they got a dude named was it one of the guys on the producer's name was Big Freak or something like that. So Big Freak and him, they talking about glizzies. And he's like, I'm a glizzy. He's a glizzy, a diabolical glizzy goblin. And he's not even like a gourmet glizzy guy. He's a like New York like hot dog stand glizzy guy. Like don't know how long they've been in them juices. And like just the way he was talking about it, I'm like, yo. And Jadakiss was like losing his mind. But I wonder how Jada feel about all of this. You know, they're not really discussing it, you know?
Yep, them industry ties run deep, man. Them industry ties run deep.
That's because Jada's lying. He's hiding a whole persona. Bothers me. This man had a dad his whole fucking life. I'm never gonna let that go, man. I thought he was one of us. I was like, he's one of us to find out he had an active ass dad. That's an executive in coffee. Went to a private school. He didn't go to no PS 119 or whatever the hell they call him in New York. Like, man, that hurt, man. That hurt, dog. But he's still the day. I mean, bars are bars, man. I like it. Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me that Pusha T, like that's like finding out Pusha T ain't never seen a dime bag of cocaine. Like I would be distraught if he says I've never witnessed cocaine. As much as he talks about it.
Not all private schools are equal.
Nah, that's true. That is true.
We're going to talk about some basketball now as Game 7 of the finals concluded on Sunday night. We talked about it on Monday. There has been some data that dropped on the views regarding the game. So I'll get into it. And this is from the NBA PR's official page on Twitter. So Game 7 of the 2025 NBA Finals was the most watched NBA Finals game in 6 years, averaging 16.4 million viewers on ABC. Game 7 peaked with nearly 20 million viewers. The 7-game final series accounted for the 7 most watched primetime television programs over the past 2 months. The NBA generated a record 5 billion views and counting across all social media platforms during the finals, up 215% versus last year. The full 2025 NBA postseason, playoffs, and finals across ABC and ESPN averaged 6.12 million viewers per game, up 10% versus last year. Just wanted to give you guys some information regarding the finals and the viewership ratings, or numbers, I should say, during this year. So, James, we have to finish out our show with a BS or bussin' segment, and this is something kind of different, I would say. So DJ Mustard teamed up with Kendrick Lamar to produce some of the most hottest tracks during last year, bleeding into this year. And one of the biggest ones was TV Off. Kendrick Lamar would scream mustard really loud. Y'all know the song by now. So it has been released that Heinz and Dijon, aka DJ Mustard, had collabed on a mustard for himself. So this is the limited edition mustard, like it says in the song. And James, the question is BS or bussin', because this is a chipotle honey mustard. So BS or bussin'?
I mean, you got to put it on some honey mustard on the glizzy. Like, I couldn't do that. That's crazy. That's crazy. But like, I've never had like honey mustard is like a dressing to me. So like to see it in that kind of bottle is like throwing me off right now. Like, cause I'm expecting that to be mustard. But like, you sprinkle that on like a good chicken sandwich. I could see it being fire. But like, yeah, I was wondering when this was going to come about, though.
Right. Everything's advertising nowadays.
But that just lets me know that Kendrick still hasn't gotten into that next level.
Right.
Because if Drake would have done that, Heinz Hunt, one of them would have already paid to have that part in their commercials. Like, imagine you had a barbecue or whatever. It's it's 4th of July coming up, about to do all the TVs and the barbecue and stuff like that. You over there, you got the dad. He's flipping the burgers. For my white people, how you should eat your hot dog is it should be burnt if it's on a grill. Like, get it singed. Make sure all the impurities are cooked out. Which is ironic. I don't want my steaks cooked all the way through, but I'd be damned if you give me a hot dog that hasn't been through the fire.
As you should.
But you flip it up there and he's like, hey, it's time to eat. We got ketchup. We got relish. But what are we missing? Mustard! Like, that would have been clean right there. You just, like, a real easy setup there, and then everybody would be like, all right. And then you have the people, then all of a sudden, Kendrick and them come out of nowhere, and they start, like, dancing. Because he's already commercialized. He's doing what 50 Cent did to Ja Rule. Except for there's no way to kill Drake. He's getting on Drake for doing all of the things that he's doing right now to make bread, and I ain't mad at it.
So that caps off our show for tonight. James, any last words to the fans as we conclude our evening edition of Big Games BS tonight?
I need everybody that's listening to this. Trust me, I have seen it. I have heard of this guy for almost a month at this point. But apparently there's a guy who just took my whole flow word for word, bar for bar, actually stole one of my ideas. I guess technically he didn't steal it because he doesn't know me. But I've always, and I still will do this, I wanted to do more of a comic book strip and less of a kids book. But like, you've seen the adult kids books. Has anybody seen, like, she nobody comes in my back door. And like, it's a children's book, and it's a lady reading the book, and it's innocent, but it's full of innuendo.
Yeah.
But a comedian, he went on is it Kill Tony? Is that the thing that Bobby used to say he used to do all the time? Mm-hmm. He went on Kill Tony about a month ago, and his name is Charlie Mack. So I'll say this: anybody knows how to get a hold of Charlie Mack. Charlie Mack kind of looked like a pug in the face, but that's okay. I'm not gonna get into it with a comedian.
Right.
But I would love to get Charlie Mack a hat. Charlie Mack, I want you to make as much bread off of my saying as you can possibly make, dog. I am not gonna come after you. The only thing I ask is if anybody can get this to him, all of the people, is that, hey, let's just do some kind of collab. Let's do some cool shit with it. Brother, I am not finna go after another black brother making this bread. But apparently, have you seen it, Jaden?
I've seen a little 10-second clip of it.
Well, I mean, they got the white lady. Oh, this is the white lady who reads all the books. She reads all of the other nasty kid book, but it's literally man, fuck them kids. And I guess I could play it. Oh, can we get the white lady? Can I get the little white lady to say?
These kids are bad as fuck. Parents aren't whooping ass enough. If you're slow, you should know. I'm here to catch you up. Grab a belt, grab a switch, or even grab a shoe. And if they start acting bad, you should know just what to do. Parents nowadays, they are soft as baby shit. Just know, I'm beating ass if you let me babysit. I don't want to hear your kid talk. I'm not trying to be harsh, but man, fuck them kids. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Y'all can get mad if y'all want, but your kid is unbearable. Somebody need to whoop their ass. The job you're doing is terrible. Your kid thinks he's grown and he's thinking that he's tough. You put him in timeout. He should take timeout and pick his damn teeth up.
Damn. This is violent. This is violent. Like this is abuse. Damn. But I would still love to rock with you, Charlie Mack, man. You seem like a good guy. We got a whole MFTK line. Now, if you put an MFTK line out, I'm suing your ass. We're coming after you with a cease and desist and all the other stuff. But we can collab, my brother. Like to see you making that bread, man. But yeah, MFTK. MFTK all day. As we get into the season again, MFTKfoundation.com is the website you go to. Make sure you go to donate for the book bag drive. $36 a bag. That gets a kid a book bag, 9 weeks worth of school supplies, food, and a football camp. That they actually get a fucking free t-shirt at. Like all those things do legitimately cost money, and that's kind of why I'm critical of a lot of these guys. It does not cost anywhere near as much money as what they're doing because they all have true sponsors. NFL, like you should be able to get somebody to do the t-shirt, pay for the t-shirts. You should get somebody to be able to volunteer their time. USA Football does some stuff. There are now the book bag stuff is where the money kind of comes into play, but they make enough money to be able to put that to the side to make sure that kids have a great day. Also the tailgate is there. Did I name drop who's going to be at the tailgate on Monday, or did we even know about it then? Nah, maybe it did. Hold on, let me get let's go here. Let's see. Where's Dub's text at? I'll just tell you what Dub said. And we got 9. Then we got 10 tickets bought, so we're good. Like we moving, we trending in the right direction. But we will have a 1 Snoop Menace, Derek Brooks, Andre Cooper, E.G. Green, Travis Minor, Kez McCorvey, potentially A. Truce Bell, Talman Gardner. That's it. Yeah, Talman Gardner, and Samaric Vanover. Potentially those guys will be there. As we're getting more RSVPs, we will start getting those guys' names out there. We'll start getting graphics. We'll start putting that up there. Biggest thing is if you can't make it, make sure you tag somebody, share it with people, put it in the different Seminole groups. It's going to be rocking. I'm not sure if we may end up doing like a live show or something like that at the tailgate. It is open to Alabama football fans. So if you know a fan that's coming and they want this, let them have it. It's all you can eat, all you can drink. We will have we will have seafood boil. We'll have barbecue. We will have other shit that'll just be around as well. And once I get the book bag drive done, we will be transitioning to full speed ahead to exactly what we're going to be doing from it. Once the book bag drives are over, that price is going from $65 to $75, and it'll be $80 to $85 day of. There are packages that you can buy. I think it's like $20. If all you're doing is eating and you're not drinking, obviously alcohol is going to be a little bit different. So yeah. So that's it. You might be on mute, Jaden.
All right. Thank you guys for tonight. And we will see you guys on Friday for another episode of Big Games BS.